there's a storm brewing. Hi again, gang, and welcome to the classic Superstars of Wrestling. We'll take a look at some great tag team matches this time around and a six-man matchup featuring the one and only Steve Austin. We're glad you could join us. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get you down to ringside. It's Jeff Jarrett teaming up with Jerry the King Lawler. Now, we've seen these guys as friends, as enemies. Now we're going to take a look at them as tag team partners. Let's find out if they can work together as a unit.
Welcome to the Sportatorium here in Dallas, Texas. Our main event this week features Gary Young and Sweet Daddy Falcone, better known as Skandor Akbar's Devastation Incorporated. But this match just didn't happen, wrestling fans. There was a lot that led up to this. Here we see Jeff Jarrett being interfered with by Devastation Incorporated after he won a singles match right here at the Sportatorium. Skandor Akbar sent in his Devastation to destroy Jeff Jarrett. So Jeff Jarrett, well, he had choices to make, and he made them this week. He turned around, and up here comes Jeff Jarrett right now, and we're going to be seeing Jeff Jarrett right here making his entrance. And Jeff Jarrett's tag team partner is none other than the very unpopular here in Dallas Sportatorium, Jerry the King Lawler. Did he sign a contract with Jerry the King Lawler? Or did he sign a contract with the devil? Only time will tell. Lawler attacking. Listen, let's go to our announcers. Let's pick this match up.
Clearing house.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that the team of Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Lawler are going to work well together. Do you, Craig?
This ring has been cleared because of one reason, the teamwork. You're right. Folks, next week we're going to have a big announcement that's got Jeff Jarrett, Jerry the King Lawler, my buddy here, Joe Pedicino, myself, and even Skandor Akbar talking. Stay with us next week. We'll tell you more. But right now, it's our main event. Jerry the King Lawler facing off against gorgeous Gary Young.
Now, these two men are very familiar with each other. Gary Young, of course, went after that title of Jerry Lawler several times. But Jerry is showing right now that he's got Mr. Left and Mr. Right who can handle just about anything.
Hello, Mr. Right. And hello, Matt, says gorgeous Gary Young. Gary Young's in the wrong corner.
Oh, yeah, he wants to tag. He just tagged Jeff Jarrett. Now Jarrett's in. Does that make Jarrett and Lawler the legal men in the ring?
I would guess so. Double team, hello. And now Lawler challenges the big man to come in.
Yeah, he says, come on over here. We got a little bit of this waiting for you. Gary Young looking around. He's got to be wondering what he's doing here.
Arkansas, not a very popular state in the mind of many a Texan. That's the home of gorgeous Gary Young, and right now the team from Tennessee taking charge.
Well, I have heard some bad things about Arkansas in the past few days, Craig. Evidently, people here in Texas not real happy with the move being made there by the university.
Let's not say that those Arkansas fans aren't great. All the fans there are great. It's just some of the people who give Arkansas a bad name, like gorgeous Gary Young.
That's right. Right now, Gary Young. Here comes Jarrett. This will be a... Oh, he thought he outsmarted him. Look, now he's looking up thinking, boy, that was a good move. Boom!
Don't look.
And they seem to really be enjoying this.
Oh! He's not enjoying that. He misses the drop kick. The tag to Mr. 300 pounds of Sweet Daddy Falcone.
Now Falcone going to work on Jeff Jarrett. And Jarrett missing that drop kick may have been the beginning of a very bad streak for the team of Jarrett and Lawler.
Jarrett visits the outside, compliments of Sweet Daddy. And
Be careful.
We said he was dangerous, and there's that riding crop right into the throat. The general says, you don't mess with me. Jeff Jarrett who has $5,000 of the General's money.
Unfortunately, Jeff Jarrett put himself in a bad position when he miscued on that drop kick. There goes Falcone.
Oh, 300 pounds right into the chest of Jeff Jarrett. A count of 2, but Jarrett kicks out.
Well, I tell you, Jarrett's in bad shape, but I don't think he's quite ready to be pinned yet. And Falcone now working on the eyes. Maxima blatantly choking the referee now, Tony Falk counting, which backs him off. Here comes Lawler in to try and break it up, but that just gives Devastation an opportunity. And oh, look at this, he's got it down.
Sunset flip.
1, 2. He could have had him for a 3 count, but the referee was getting Jerry Lawler out of the ring.
That and gorgeous Gary Young coming in for the save.
Yes. Now he's up, he's got Jerry a big body slam.
And now he tries to wear him down.
Jeff Jarrett's got to be having a hard time getting his breath after everything has gone downhill after missing that drop kick. And if you'll notice, Falcone has been using that weight. He's been doing things like we're seeing now with his chin lock, putting his weight down on top of Jarrett, making it harder for Jarrett to breathe. And of course, the harder it is for him to breathe, the less oxygen it gets to the brain. But there was enough for that.
Nobody home. Sweet Daddy Falcone visiting the right spot. Jeff Jarrett can't get out of the Devastation corner. He's trying. And gorgeous Gary Young with a boots and midsection.
Jeff Jarrett really needs to get over to his corner to tag. Lawler anxious to get in the ring. The Devastation experts at keeping him out of the corner. Here, and there's a tag. Here comes Jerry the King Lawler. Tony Falk didn't see the tag.
Double teaming on simply irresistible Jeff Jarrett. Once, twice, hard into the corner.
Craig, there are many people that think that there should be 2 referees assigned to a tag match, and an instance like we just saw is the reasons they give. And look at Jeff Jarrett fighting back.
Jarrett sneaks out. Gets the tag. Here comes the King.
The strap. Watch out, Nelly. The King is coming home.
The King clearing the palace. And now a meeting of devastation has come to order.
Akbar outside the ring looking very worried. And inside the ring, bam!
DDT by the King.
And I think this shows you that they're not that interested in a pin as much as they want to hurt these people because, wait a minute.
Akbar's handed Gary Young the riding crop.
He's got that riding crop, everybody at best. And now Akbar's up on the ring distracting the referee.
Oh, into the throat of Lawler. Lawler is down. Now they nail Jarrett with it. But Lawler's back up.
Oh, now there's the Jerry Lawler we know. Here comes the chain. Uh-oh, he's got 2.
Oh,
he's going into the other booth.
Jerry the King Lawler, they said it was a deal with the devil. The devil's about to pay some dues off.
He's wrapping both fists, and here, Buster. Hey, pal. Oh, now he's handing the chain out.
They're cleaning house at the Sportatorium.
The referee's calling for the bell, but to tell you the truth, I don't think it matters, Craig.
Jerry the King Lawler taking care of Sweet Daddy. But there's the Dream Team to stop devastation. Jeff Jarrett and Jerry the King Lawler, but the winners by disqualification. I guess because of the foreign objects.
Well, now the referee didn't see the riding crop. If he had seen that, obviously, he would have disqualified Devastation first.
Jerry the King Lawler. Oh, no! Well, I guess he didn't like the officiating.
It's the classic superstars of wrestling tag team Tempest. And we dusted this one off for you. We're going to take a look at a much younger Dean Malenko. But even as this tag team matchup will prove, way back when Dean Malenko had all the tools to be one of the greats. Second-generation star Dean Malenko teaming up with Vince Torelli here on the classic Superstars of Wrestling.
Paul Jones at ringside advising. Your referee will be Byron Richard. Into the ring first, Thomas St. John with the light trucks against Dean Malenko.
You know something, Ted, years ago when Paul Jones and myself were tagged up, I had come from an amateur background, participated through junior high, high school, and college. And I can see why when he approached me to be his tag team partner and still using the same insight with these two boys right here that he's taken under his wing.
No doubt about that. I think Thomas St. John right there displayed quite a bit of strength, quite a build in this guy.
Well, you know, Vince Torelli and Dean Malenko, you know, those guys are in great shape and sporting some strength themselves.
Look at that. Malenko getting a little physics lesson here right now. And that is he's not going to be able to bowl over. So Malenko says, I can't bowl you over, I'll drop you over. Fantastic drop kick. And Thomas St. John takes canvas for the first time today. Malenko into the turnbuckle. A spunky roll, and Thomas right now is aware of the fact that he is in there with a couple of tough guys. He escapes, but they get Lynn Wagner coming into the ring, and then a double drop kick on Thomas St. John. You know who St. John reminds me a little bit of in terms of his build? Remember Sailor Art Thomas from years ago?
Oh, Sailor Art, sure. Big man, big arms, big chest especially. Yeah, very strong.
Byron Richard counting right now as both Lynn Wagner and Thomas St. John are out of the ring.
You can tell, Ted, that Dean and Vince have been working out together. Paul Jones has had these guys going probably 24 hours a day.
No doubt about it. He's a tough guy. He's a DI type of guy. You know, I mean, he works these guys to death. But look at Torelli. Look at the build in Torelli. Look at the build in Malenko. You can see that they're spending a lot of time in the gym.
You know, we're finding out through the years that to be the biggest man on the mat is not always going to help you out. That weight can be used against you. And you see the boys that Paul Jones take on, they're lean and mean.
No doubt about it. Quick. He loves quickness. And both of these guys are apostles, proponents of the word speed. Collar and elbow. Wagner in the ring against Torelli. Nice go behind. Torelli's a great athlete. Makes his home in San Diego, California. Had a chance to go to camp with the San Diego Chargers. They wanted him to go down there and be a linebacker, a middle linebacker. He said, nah, I had enough football when I was in college. He says, I want to dedicate my life right now to professional wrestling. Good-looking kid, great competitor, great athlete, and the fans love him, Ricky.
You know, Ted, as lean as Vince is showing himself right now, and also Dean, I've seen both of these guys work out with the weights, and they can push some iron, too.
No doubt about it. Whenever they're in Charlotte, they're down there at the Steamboat Gym working out.
Thanks for the plug, but these guys can push some weight.
Torelli in there against Lynn Wagner. Nice suplex. Going for the cover. 1, 2.
You know, the business being so competitive, especially the last 6 or 7 years, the notoriety, the way it's taken it off on a national level. These new kids that are coming out right now are strong, they're lean, they're in shape. They've got a great amateur background. They've got it all, and that's what it takes to be successful nowadays.
Nice maneuver.
Look at that bridge.
1 and 2, and he...
Back on top of the guy, got the arm with a headlock.
I tell you, Malenko, you can see shades of Carl Gotch. As you know, Carl was the man that trained Dean Malenko years ago. And what a job he did with him. Then you can also see a little trace of the great Professor Boris Malenko.
That's right, that's right.
He can go downtown if he has to. Great scientific wrestler, but he can't go downtown. He's going into the ropes right now. Catches Wagner. Little simpler knocking Wagner down than it was Thomas St. John. Double chicken wings play. I love to watch Dean Malenko in the ring. He is a fun man to watch.
You know, even though you may be in the professional ranks, a lot of the stuff that he's doing right now is amateur competitiveness.
No doubt about it.
They're working on these boys and turning them inside out like pretzels.
You're looking at perhaps one of the highest ranked combinations for the tag team title, the North American Wrestling Tag Team title, and that, of course, Dean Malenko and Vince Torelli. And Paul Jones would love nothing more than that.
It'd be very interesting to see a couple of guys like Vince and Dean go up against the Nasty Boys.
That would be a match, my friend, that I would love to see. That is a match that I understand promoters throughout the Southland are trying to set up.
You're talking about apples and oranges here. You got the big nasty boys, probably a total combined weight of 600 plus pounds.
600 plus. Wow. 1, 2. Man, I'll tell you what, I don't know how Len Wagner powered out of that one. What would you call that hole, Ricky?
I thought for sure that he was going to go for a body slam, but he did a back flip in midair along with his body weight and his opponent's body weight and came down on top of him.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Ted Webb on the North American Wrestling Association. Vince Torelli in the ring against Len Wagner. He hooked him up. Got him in that little small package.
That was a great move there. You know, I've lost count of how many false finishes these guys have tried to put, but he's given these two boys here a little lesson in wrestling, no doubt about it.
And sending a message to any other team that may be watching this match.
You know, Dean and Vince have not thrown a single punch yet. It's been strictly wrestling.
Strictly wrestling, my friend. That's what the marquee says. That's what these guys will give you.
Name of the game is put that opponent, Matt, put his shoulders down, get a 1, 2, 3. They must have had a dozen tries. They're not going to stop until they win.
Nice. I guess flying knee lift is what you would call it.
Well, it looked like he came around with the back part of his leg, like almost like a spin kick.
Well, Thomas St. John entering the ring right now, trying to come to the rescue of his pal, Len Wagner. And he plants that boot in the back of Dean Malenko and gives Wagner enough of an opportunity to recuperate and come back and start administering some of that punishment himself. Malenko into the ropes. Nice backdrop. Wagner now. Wagner don't have to be a little more aggressive than that, don't you think so, Ricky?
He should have been right on top of the man, without a doubt. He looks over to the corner at Vince and shows him the #1, and then he gets on top of Dean. He should have been right on top of Dean.
Dean trying to work him into the corner so he can tag, and does. Torelli now coming into the ring. Remember, Torelli is the legal man in the ring. And here comes Malenko. Boom! Wagner right now. Oh, nice! 1, 2, 3. This one is all over. Did you see the block?
Well, I'll tell you, gang, it doesn't get any better than the classic Superstars of Wrestling. Coming up next, we're going to get you down to ringside. It's an NAWA Classic. The American Bulldogs, at the time, had a score to settle with former AWA, WCW, and WWF superstars, Knobs and Sags, the Nasty Boys. Let's take you down to the ring.
The Nasty Boys. And now making their way to the ring, weighing in at a combined 550 pounds, here are Rex and Spike, the American Bulldogs.
Well, all havoc is broken loose as the American Bulldogs, Spike and Rex, have entered the ring and have chased the Nasty Boys right out of there, Lee.
I don't blame them for leaving. Talk about a couple muscle men like this. They got to be catching some lumps pretty soon.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a 10-minute time limit. A 10-minute time limit. The Nasty Boys perhaps taking on the toughest competition they have seen since joining the North American Wrestling Association. And they're going up against the American Bulldogs, Spike and Rex. And that appears to be Spike in the ring in there right now. And they're trying to get the crowd going, champ.
They're going to get them going because they've got to take the toll with these two big boys because they're not in the condition these Bulldogs are in. No way.
Ron West is your referee for the special match. One fall, 10-minute time limit.
You're gonna get yours, baby!
I don't think conversation's going to get it here. They're going to have to get into action.
They're going to have to throw down. They're going to have to throw down. Hey, these Bulldogs are built.
Oh, tell me.
These Bulldogs are built.
They're working at it.
Spike and Knobs are in the ring right now. Whoa!
A lot of people don't know this, but you know, some people that appear to be overweight and heavy, some of them are very, very strong.
And this guy happens to be one of them. Champ, they grew up on the streets of New York City.
I will tell you something. Even the fact they survived.
That says something for them. But to have survived and conquered on the streets of New York City. That tells you an awful lot about this combination known as the Nasty Boys. Ron West better stay out of their way there, buddy. It's like trying to get in front of in the middle of two pit bulls.
That's right.
Spike breaking on the count. And there is Knobs accusing him of pulling hair. Boy, he is built.
Oh, yes.
Champ, I remember when I had a body like that.
That takes a lot of hard work.
Yes, that does. That's a lot of time in the gym.
You got it.
A lot of dedication. You really have to be dedicated to a goal. And their goal, of course, is to win the North American Wrestling Association Tag Team Championship.
You devote your lives to it. That's all you can do.
I'll tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if one of the two teams that's in the ring right now would be wearing the straps.
That could very well happen, yes. Firing
away, chopping him across the side of the head. Knobs in the ring right now against Spike. Nice reversal. Knobs into the turnbuckles. Great arm drag takedown. Another great arm drag takedown. Drop kick. And Knobs goes out of the ring. Into the ring comes Sags. And they've got something for Sags as well. Clearing the ring all by himself. Spike. And the British Bulldogs right now have momentum on their side.
I know there's some unhappy people out of that ring.
I'll tell you that. Look at that. The Nasty Boys certainly have to feel very, very nasty right about now. And I must say, not welcome.
No.
Because the folks in the arena tonight are letting them know that they're pulling for the American Bulldogs. Now there's Knobs again, trying to accuse Spike of pulling hair, and Ron West checking with him. Ron, of course, was not in an advantage position to see that it was not a hair pull.
You know, these Nasty Boys, it must be intimidated somewhat by the great bodies that these young people have that they're wrestling against.
No doubt, no doubt. Tag is made. Sags now into the ring against Rex. Sags applying, Sags is applying the pressure. What names, Lou?
He's trying to get a hammerlock on him.
Trying, but it's going to be pretty hard.
Cross between a hammerlock and a double wrist lock. Trying both. There's the double wrist lock takeover.
Kicking out of it. Rex going to try again. That'd be like trying to put a hammerlock on a fire hydrant.
I'm telling you, with that kind of muscle, that muscle mass is unbelievable.
You know, we've talked about the American Bulldogs. We got to get the Nasty Boys their fair share. They work well as a team, Lou.
Well, they got intestinal fortitude.
There's no quitting these guys.
Some of their gut shows, but they got some inside, too.
They got some inside as well. Whoa! Bulldogs applying the pressure. Tag is made into the ring right now. Comes Spike, landing full thrust in the left arm of Knobs, and Knobs right now. Knobs probably looking over at the corner saying, hey, Sags.
What do I do from here? Where do we go?
Well, I'd keep my eye. If I were Ron West, I'd keep my eye on Sags right about now. Throw the rule book out when you see the Nasties in the ring.
Oh, yeah. They write their own.
These guys went to school at Our Lady of Charles Bronson.
Very good.
Tag is made. Coming into the ring right now is Rex. Delivering an elbow to the back of the head.
That feels great.
Oh, I bet it does, huh? 250, 60 pounds coming down in the back of your coco. Double hitter, takedown. Boom, and a double elbow for good measure. Well, I'll tell you what. We are seeing what could very well be a preview to what the Tag Team Championship bout will be. The American Bulldogs and the Nasty Boys.
I hope it's going to be as good as this.
Or toe-to-toe. Toe-to-toe.
I'd buy a ticket for this.
Oh, I'll tell you. If by some chance, when that championship match comes out, if it's not on TV, you can bet I'll be at ringside with a couple of tickets.
You'll have company, a lot of it.
And those tickets will go on sale soon. Stay tuned to your local TV and radio stations and keep watching your newspapers. We will let you know when the North American Wrestling Association will have the tag team tournament as well as the heavyweight tournament, the singles match tournament. We will have champions soon. At the hammer on Sags. That is Spike in the ring right now. These guys are brothers, and, you know, could pass as twins, though they're not exactly identical. Uh-oh. That's a rough corner to be in. Smart move to get out of there.
Yeah,
great takedown.
That's a cute takedown.
That is a cute takedown. And I'm sure one that angers the opponent as well, Lou.
Well, it's not a gamble at all. You're not going to catch anything. You just, you know, you can't get hit. No way.
This is a 10-minute time limit. And the fans here would love to see a winner. And we have a good idea who they'd like to see win this one, champ.
Yeah, me too.
Ted Webb along with Lou Thez ringside. As the Nasty Boys and the American Bulldogs are on a collision course. And they have met. Bouncing off the rope, catching a knee to the back. You saw that.
I sure did.
Sags planting that knee to the back of Spike and making the tag. Sags into the ring.
That's team wrestling.
Dropping him on that back.
Wow.
Boy, that's a lot of power that went into that backbreaker there, champ.
These big dudes are strong. They're stronger than they look.
They are stronger than what
They
they
are.
look. And once he spots that weak back, he goes to work on it some more. See, the showboating right now, he should be applying a little bit more pressure on that back.
That's right.
But they have that need to showboat. And I'll tell you what, this could cost them. This could cost them. 2 minutes remaining in the match right now. 2 minutes remaining in the match. The Nasty Boys and the American Bulldogs. And this certainly could set the tempo for the tag team tournament that is coming up, Lou.
That's going to be very interesting.
That will certainly be an interesting tournament.
Now, if this match goes to a draw, what are you going to do then?
If this match goes to a draw, that will certainly tell me that the next time that these two teams met, that it will be one awesome showdown.
It'll have to be, yes. I mean, that's going to be the... both careers will be at stake. Both teams.
We are coming up on 1 minute. 1 minute left in this match. That is the time limit. 1 minute left. And right now, the tide is flowed in the direction of the Nasty Boys. Powering out of there, lifting that shoulder at the count of about 2.5. Spike of the American Bulldogs into the ring right now. And if he could hold on for about another minute or so, we'll have ourselves a tie. A draw. Outside of the ring, he is hurled. Had that been over the top rope, that would have been instant
That would have been it, yes.
disqualification. Uh-oh. Action continues to brew outside of the ring where Sags administers punishment to Spike. Spike trying to get back into the ring. And there is Knobs trying to offer him assistance in the form of let me grab your hair and grab you back in here.
That's right.
He's got him by the hair. Back into the ring he rolls. We have to be under a minute right now in television time remaining for this bout.
He's better turn him over for a pin. Try to do something.
And I'll tell you what, that's a strong man he's dealing with. And there is the tag. And into the ring comes Rex. He is the legal... Wait a minute. The referee, Ron West, had his back turned and didn't see the tag. And Spike now is taking the brunt of both Sags and Knobs as they take target practice on the back of his head. Wait a minute. Boom!
There's that power.
The time limit has expired, Lou. This match is a draw. This match has been declared a draw by the referee, Ron West. It is all over, but we have ourselves a Pier 6 brawl as all four men are in the ring at the same time. Boom!
Wow.
All the fans are loving this one up, but this match is over. This match is a draw. The Nasty Boys and the American Bulldogs have fought to a 10-minute draw. I can tell you right now that they obviously didn't hear the bell because the action continues.
So the Nasty Boys plenty tough inside that squared circle, but they can certainly back it up. Never at a loss for words are Knobs and Sags, as this special archive interview is about to prove.
Well, they certainly don't need any introduction, but for the benefit of those of you that are joining us for the first time, joining me right now, Knobs and Sags, the Nasty Boys. Gentlemen, I believe that you have made a statement. I think that we have followed you from week to week, and you obviously are here for a reason.
Well, let
me tell you something, Mr. Webb. I'm sick of you, when we're talking, always opening your stinking mouth. So why don't you just shut up and let my partner do the talking?
We're sick of more than that.
Hey, shut up!
I'm sick of more than one thing. I'm sick of these rotten, miserable kids running their mouths. They should have the respect to keep their mouths shut, not throw things, and listen to the nasty boys when we come out here to talk. I'm sick of Ricky Steamboat coming on TV and calling us a bunch of sweaty pigs. If he wants to run his mouth, he should come here and do it in person. Shut up!
Can I ask you about Vince Torelli and guys like Bo Reagan and Mark Young?
Well, line them all up, because we're not going nowhere. We got an open contract for everybody. But last week, Mr. Steamboat was running his yapper. So why don't he go out and find a punk, any punk, to be his partner, and he'll see what nasty is all about. Because we come from that big, nasty apple, baby. New York City, where you gotta be nasty to survive. When we walk down the street, people flutter because they're so scared of the nasty boys. We're big, bad, and nasty, baby. And there ain't nobody gonna beat us.
These days, you know him as the beloved Rikishi, which in Japanese translates to wrestler. But way back when, there was a time when Fatu wasn't so popular, as he teamed up with Samu, and together they were the devastating Samoan SWAT team. Devastating? Take a look for yourself.
Welcome back to the Sportatorium. Here's another great match this week as we see Michael Hayes and Steve Cox, the Freebirds, and they'll go up against none other than the Samoan SWAT team. This should be a very exciting match, and let's get ready. Let's go down to ringside and our announcers.
I want all you people out here to know that we gave Steve Cox the haircut. How do you like it?
Steve Cox sporting a new haircut. Buddy Roberts says courtesy of the SST. Mark, that's news to me. I hadn't heard anything about that. But
I hadn't either.
Then Cox is not one to complain. You know, sometimes things happen, and some guys would come to you like Buddy or like an Akbar or certain other people, and they cry to you instantly about everything. Cox, very much like Hayes, one of the people who sort of takes it and smiles and doesn't say anything, but boy, still waters do run deep.
Has gotten started here with Fatu. Remember, the winners of this match go against Kamala the Uganda Giant and the Botswana Beast for the World Tag Team title here Sunday night. Now, the winners will be the champions leaving here, and then they'll defend it against the Akbar team Sunday night. Here's Hayes down.
SST down. Hayes quick. Oh, Tyson to the head.
Here's Cox raising the foot. Here comes Steve on the tag.
Oh, that boot to the head didn't do much good, but I think the one to the stomach and a couple of forearms. Whoa! Neither one of them moved on that one.
Dave Cox now with a headlock on Fatu of the Samoan SWAT team in this all-important tag team thriller.
Our cameras haven't picked it up yet, Mark, but I think I detect a little blood there on the face of Fatu. There it is.
Yes.
Yeah. The headbutt must have had more effect than I thought.
Then again, it may not.
Yeah, but then again, it may not. This is true. I'll tell you, that SST, they are awesome. We've talked about them time and time again, Mark. Blood doesn't matter. You can't hurt them.
Day in and day out, one of the most impressive tag teams I think I've ever seen, and look at them go.
They don't seem to have an off day, do they? They're just so big and so mean. They pound on you in so many directions. They just never have an off day.
You know, Frank, as we see the action here in the ring, we are watching 5 of the most talked about individuals in world class today with that reverse thrust kick there on Cox. Fans around the country want pictures of these guys. They want souvenirs of these guys. And they have the opportunity to do it if they send us a self-addressed stamped envelope. Here's the tag now in the corner for Samu to move in. Frank and I will try to get you this souvenir address here in a moment.
SST working well together as a team. Boy, Fatu is bleeding. You notice when they backed him into the corner, when Cox got to his base and got off of his back and back on his feet, he drove Samu into the corner. Samu hooked him, reached right up, tagged, a little double team before the count of 5. Buddy Roberts called him off. SST back in control.
That is Fatu with the blood on his face. Cox struggling for the tag with Hayes. Get a pencil and paper ready. Frank and I will give you this address in a moment.
Oh!
That's Hayes chasing Buddy around, and Frank, they're having serious problems again. What's the pile driver in the ring now?
Oh, he slipped out. I think lucky for Cox. Cox's head slipped out from between the knees of Fatu. He landed on the back of his neck a little bit more than his head, fortunately. That could have been all over. We'd have had a 1-2-3 right here, and it would have been the SST against the Beast of Kamala tomorrow night.
You know, Frank, we're coming up on the 1-year anniversary here in just a few weeks of that big concert where Buddy crashed the party and blew up the Freebird family.
He truly did, Mark, and that's what all Hades broke loose, excuse the expression, here at World Class Championship Wrestling. That was the beginning of the end for the Freebirds. Buddy Roberts going off one direction. Of course, Michael Hayes another. Looky here, working together as a team. Referee John Keaton out of position because of the size of the SST, asking Steve Cox if he gave. SST gaining a little extra leverage. That, Mark, is the mark of Buddy Roberts right there. That's tag team wrestling right there.
Buddy distracted Keaton now so the Samoans can do the dirty work behind his back. Watch out over here. Double headbutt on Steve Cox.
Boy, these guys, they are rough and rugged. And you know, the little one's getting out of the ring and the big one's getting back in, and the little one's 300 pounds. So there's not a break when you've got Samu or Fatu. This is a team that beats you up with speed, with ferocity. Look at here. Referee John Keaton pulled out of the way by Samu. Michael Hayes can't take any more. Comes in. What does that do? That gets Cox beat up a little bit more.
Really a lot of dirty work over here in the enemy corner. Hayes upset. And Keaton back on the scene now.
Outside of our camera's range there, Mark, I looked up and I saw Buddy Roberts waving off. As soon as the referee turned around, he was waving the SST off. I don't know. You know, Buddy's in control all the time. There we see an example again. He knew the count was getting close. They weren't paying attention. They didn't see him from the floor. He stepped right up on that apron and pulled the SST back.
Let me take just a moment here to give you this address. If you would like souvenirs, pictures, or one of the great world-class vanities,
Cox has to get back to his feet in order to fight him, and that's just what he's done here, Mark, using that speed. Oh, count of 2, not enough. Boy, did he run into that one and set him right down on the mat. Cox into the corner. Samu, a big handful of hair. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, his haircut wasn't good enough to stop that illegal move.
I wonder if that's how they gave him a haircut the last time.
Cox now with an opportunity.
Oh, he's got him. He's hooked the legs. Over the... No. That big heavy leg of the Samoan come crashing down like a club on the head of Steve Cox.
Cox wanted the tag with Michael pretty bad that time. He'll get it now after the headbutt. Here comes Hayes.
That's a mistake, Mark. There's the first mistake the SST has made. That headbutt drove Cox into the corner, allowed the tag to the fresh man. Here we go. Oh, no. He caught Samu on the nose with the headbutt. Yes.
Fatu really bleeding now as all 4 men are involved.
There it is. Bulldog. This might be over. He's got him.
No, he didn't cover him. Which one's legal, Mark? Which man's legal?
Evidently, it's Samu.
OSST and Samu is down. They're both able to be covered.
Here's a pin. The referee doesn't see it. Michael Hayes on top of
4,
Samu.
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no.
A victory has been taken away from Hayes. The referee did not see the pin. Look at this. Buddy holding the foot. Buddy Roberts holding the foot down, and it was a 1-2.
Well, you know, referees have a hard enough time keeping track of 4 men in a tag team match. Well, how about 6? And how about on top of that, that several of those 6 men are completely uncontrollable? Steve Austin with hair in a very early 6-man matchup, all set to team up with Sheik Braddock and Jeff Gaylord. And they'll be taking on Chris Adams, Eric Embry, and Matt Bourne. It's going to be a wild one as we get you down to the ringside area from the Dallas Sportatorium.
Man tag team main event time. And Maniac Matt Bourne and Missouri Tiger Jeff Gaylord will open up as the 2 legal men on the team of Gaylord, Stunning Steve Austin, and Sheik Braddock. Against Bourne, Chris Adams, and Flamboyant Eric Embry. Tony Falk, the referee, Skandor Akbar at ringside at your USWA main event. And this is Mark Durant's ringside, here to bring you all the excitement. And it's a referee stance as Bourne and Gaylord lock things up. It was Jeff Gaylord, the culprit in the world title situation last week that you saw the conclusion of when we opened the hour. But it's Matt Bourne in charge right now, as he's going to pull the Missouri Tiger out to the center of the ring the hard way. And Gaylord moves into the corner and complains about hair pulling. Question still remains, did Gaylord act on his own behalf, or he and Akbar? Or was he a hired hand for Jerry the King Lawler? I don't think any of us know. No one's talking. Lawler the beneficiary either way. In the corner, it's Bourne darting out of the way. Skandor Akbar pacing back and forth and coming our way over here.
Well, I see the flamboyant piece of trash has weaseled his way back in the USWA. You're seeing all these people that have been duped for years and years and believing this is the man, the salvation, the savior of the USWA. You see, that tells me that the ignorance in this country is unparalleled. I have never seen such stupid people in my life. And you see, when a man of my honesty and integrity and my prestige, when I tell them something, they don't believe me. I'm the leader of the land. And here this weasel, Eric Embry, comes back. Well, I can tell you, Mark Lawrence, I'm going to give him a baptism that he won't forget.
Stunning Steve Austin getting his fill of his teacher, gentleman Chris Adams, as Skandor Akbar provides the unexpected, uninvited color commentary. Tag is made, in comes Sheik Braddock. I was just about to say Stunning Steve Austin, don't forget, was Chris Adams' student in the Wrestling Academy, only to turn his back on his teacher and join Devastation Incorporated, giving Adams credit for nothing, even though Adams taught him everything he knew. And Adams will tag Flamboyant Eric Embry, who moves in against Sheik Braddock. Embry, you know, Adams and Embry had a little trouble here a few months back. Braddock got out of the way, and Adams did not appreciate that situation. And the Devastation Incorporated team is all in the ring, urging a confrontation between Embry and Adams, and instead they all turn on Devastation. And Adams and Embry embrace and hug, and everything is fine. But not for Devastation. How do you like that? That's neat. Fans love it. Huge crowd on here. And giving us a huge degree of noise. All right, Braddock remains the legal man against Flamboyant Eric Embry here in our USWA 6-man tag team main event. Fans chanting for Eric Embry. Missouri Tiger Jeff Gaylord will be the new legal man after the tag with Sheik Braddock. Embry and Gaylord lock it up, and it's Gaylord with a blow. Embry and Gaylord again lock it up. And Gaylord really showing off the ex-Missouri Tiger football lineman. Listen to this crowd. Again, it's Gaylord. Adams and Braddock. Look out! Braddock raised the foot and Adams delivered the kick.
I see Eric Embry's the same unscrupulous, low-down gutter rat that he always was. He's even got his old friend Tony Falk. They're making sure that Tony Falk is refereeing this match. It doesn't matter because devastation is still #1, Mark. You must know that.
Tony Falk only paying attention to the bout. In response to that, as Chris Adams continues on Sheik Braddock. Adams in charge. He's really got that sleeper hooked in on Sheik Braddock. And the tag is made for Maniac Mad Boy. Back in the corner. It's Braddock throw. Bourne drives in. Here's Bourne coming down. Looks like it's going to be a little punishment for Sheik Braddock. Bourne now turns Braddock all the way around, pulls him backwards over the shoulder, holding on to the chin. And this might be a submission hold for Maniac Bourne. Gaylord and Akbar whispering back and forth. And Braddock breaks free. Look out. Braddock misses. Bourne does not know that a tag has been made, though. Steve Austin is the legal man. And Austin nails Bourne from behind. Chris Adams wants in response to this, but will be backed out. Beginning to run low on TV time. We'll try to bring this all to you. If we don't get it to you, we'll bring you the rest next week. And chanting for Matt Bourne, but it's a knee from Gaylord and then one from Austin outside the ring and then in the ring. Yep, here comes Austin. Gaylord wants in again. If we don't get to bring all this to you, we'll bring it to you next week as we did our world title event, as Chris Adams has to be back to win. In comes Gaylord. Akbar agitating from ringside. And Gaylord thinks he's got it all going. Here's Gaylord picking Bourne up. Shot to the midsection by Braddock. Gaylord with a big knee to knock Bourne off his feet. Here's a pin now. 1, 2, and Bourne says no. Great six-man bout. Go, Matt, go. Rings to the Sportatorium, but it's the Missouri Tiger in charge. Bourne next under the clothesline. Back! They both go down. Both Embry and Adams wanting that tag. But Matt Bourne stays in the center of the ring as it's Gaylord first to get up. Gaylord with the drive. He's going to move over and tag Austin. Yes, Steve Austin. And they won't quite let Bourne get over and make that tag with Chris Adams or Eric Embry. There's a kick from Bourne. Maybe he'll get over there this time. He does, and he he tags Chris Adams. And Chris Adams is wound up tighter than an 8-day clock over there. Down goes Stunning Steve Austin. And now all 6 men are getting involved as all of Devastation hit the ring. And now everybody's getting in. Bourne and Gaylord are out to the floor. Embry out to the floor on the other side with Braddock. In the ring, it's the legal man, Austin and Adams. Inside the ring, Adams wants the super kick. There it is, super kick on Stunning Steve Austin, and I don't think the referee sees it. The referee is worried about action outside the ring, and Akbar has nailed Chris Adams from behind. The referee watching the 2 men that aren't legal outside, and Akbar has just changed what's happening in the ring. Adams is going to be called 1, 2, 3. Skandor Akbar is the one responsible for all this, as Embry and Braddock were fighting up on the floor. And all of a sudden, what appeared to be an easy win for Chris Adams turned out to be a win for the Devastation Incorporated crew. And flamboyant Eric Embry protests with referee Tony Falk and tries to reason with him while Akbar stands around with 1 finger in the air, and now flamboyant Eric Embry has Skandor Akbar. Eric Embry's got Akbar, and he's going to town on Akbar. Braddock in on Embry, and Embry turns and opens up on him. Akbar reaching though for that same foreign object, and it's been used on Eric Embry just as it was used on Chris Adams a minute ago. Another time on Eric Embry. He hit him right in the face. He hit him right in the face with that foreign object. Here's Braddock continuing, and Eric Embry appears to be bludgeoned. Akbar again with that foreign object, and this huge crowd's on its feet stunned. Here's Bourne in with a chair. And Akbar and Braddock have really ganged up on flamboyant Eric Embry after they already interfered to change the end of the bout. And now it's time to check in.
As always, the classic superstars of wrestling delivers.